deep diving into these cases is like dancing with the devil. But when you dance with the devil doesn't change. He changes you. And there we are. Hello, 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 everybody. Good to see y'all. Before we get rocking and rolling, I was watching the chat for a couple minutes and someone left a really good comment. And Joanne Murdoch said that phone call Kenneth made, if it's fake, she is a good actress, but has also proved not upset and no tears for Summer, just for Dawn. So that's very interesting. Yeah, we didn't hear her crying and anything like that about Summer,
Mm-mm.
just Dawn.
Mhm.
So that was very, very, very weird. Ah, it was a mad rush. We were making dinner. Cher was doing her live, and then I had to try and download some things and get things ready for you guys for tonight.
Mhm.
But I think we're there. And there is a lot. Like there's lots of other video calls and stuff that we'll be sharing later. The reason we aren't sharing it all at once is because you guys would be sitting here for 12 hours. So
At least.
yeah.
At least 12 hours. We'd have you probably for a week straight.
Hmm. Yeah, be pretty sad. Yeah, most people are going to be watching the interview room and all that stuff, but whatever. For the ones that are here, you're going to get to hear all this stuff. So there was one interesting update that happened very, very recently. Don unblocked us on Messenger.
On his old account, not the new one he just made a week ago, he unblocked us
Yeah,
since my
so
live stream because I was still blocked on it when I went live. But I am currently unblocked on that one.
so it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that if he reaches out or what. All right, so now before we get into, I got a couple things I'm going to show you. One is the phone call Cher made to TBI, and the other is kind of a recap of the live I did when Don had called in. But one thing I want to say is the whole time, basically, ever since Cher started doing interviews with Don, people were saying, well, how can you believe this guy? You know, how are you falling for this and blah, blah, blah. And we're not dumb. Like we saw red flags and everything, but sh- going on a channel and just jumping up and down saying he's guilty, how the heck was that going to find Summer? So we made the decision to talk to him, let him say whatever he wants, and if he hangs himself, he hangs himself. But we were hoping that somehow that would lead to some kind of information uh, that would be useful to find Summer. It wasn't about whether or not Don was guilty or innocent. Technically, he hasn't been tried. He still is. Punksy, welcome to the team. Thank you very much. But yeah, and we don't even know guilty of what. We don't know if Summer is alive. We don't know if she was SA'd. We don't know anything. So to say he's guilty, you got to say, well, guilty of what exactly? We don't know. But that was basically the party line is we were open. And I think maybe if we would have played it a little bit better, maybe we could have gotten a little bit more information from him and maybe we would have actually helped to find Summer. So in that respect, we did kind of drop the ball, but I mean, we did the best that we could. But once it got to a point where, uh, well, you'll find out from the phone call, but this whole loan from the cartel thing that he was telling more than one person, that was showing us that not only was he withholding from us, he was talking to multiple people and saying different things to all of them. So that was a giant red flag for us that okay, this guy he knows way more than he's telling us So what do we do? And we made the decision to try to keep talking, and it unraveled shortly after that. But yeah, we decided we shouldn't cut him off just in case because Cher and him built up a lot of trust. Like he trusted Cher for sure. So we were really hoping that we could get him to say something, give one piece of information, just anything to point us to where Summer is, was, will be, anything like that. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get it, but we did get a lot of information over the last month with all the interviews and everything. And I think
Mhm.
hopefully some of that will be helpful. Welcome, Jen Porter. Yeah, sorry, I'm not watching the chat just yet. I just wanted to get out this speech because I know a lot of people think that we were just duped, and no, that wasn't the case. We wanted to talk to him to hopefully get information,
Mm.
whether that information proved his innocence or proved his guilt. That was that was secondary. Summer was primary. We
Mm.
just wanted to find Summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say something?
Yes.
So he always said to me, because I was always nervous, like, what if he's on our channel? Or because I didn't want to edit him. The only thing I wanted edited out was anything that's like doxing somebody, or we withheld that talking about his son's gag order. So we would delete out his son's
When
names
we mentions
if
their
you
names and stuff,
noticed.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, we didn't want to edit stuff. So I was concerned and said, what if he says something like, if we're live, that's why I didn't really like him on live. We did the pre-recordings because I was nervous he was going to maybe say something. I didn't want, if there was anything helpful, I didn't want it to air on my channel. I'd want it to go to law enforcement authorities before it ever goes onto a YouTube channel, because I it's about Summer, right? Everyone
Mhm.
kept saying, you're not about Summer, you're not about Summer. I literally went through a month of hell that feels like 3, 4 years, honestly. It was soul sucking, because and the only thing that kept me in it was, what did I only talk about for the last month? All day, every day, except for while I was sleeping.
Yeah, it's been nonstop Summer Wells in this house, like constant.
So
And her saying, I got this. And then me, I'm always the analytical one. I'm like, well, what about that and that and that? And then we'd have a huge fight about it. And yeah, it's been extremely brutal in this household.
yeah,
But in that regard, I'm kind of glad that it came to a head. But on the
yeah.
other side, I do wish because it seemed like Don was like getting like teetering on the edge of cracking or something. And I wish we could have kept him going for like a couple more days. Maybe we could have got that piece of information that we need. I don't know. Oh, Punksy, thank you very much. Coming in hot with a super sticker.
Well, we did like everything that we could,
We
though. It's
tried.
so hard.
Yeah, you guys really like. I wish that I had cameras set up. You would see Cher was literally on her phone, either watching videos or talking to Dawn from the time she got up to the time she went to bed, aside from meals and the occasional romantic episodes and bathroom breaks. But other than that, like she was on like constant. No one put in as much work on this case than Cher did. Nobody. But anyways, okay. We gave it our best shot, and hopefully we there's a piece of information that we got out there that will somehow link to Summer. That's all we can hope for. That's all we were trying to do. Thank you very much, Leak Mom. You guys know anything about Don having a PI to help? Uh, do you want to take that one?
I've spoken to the so-called PI. I don't believe it to be a true situation. I blocked that person. I They called me. Don had them reach out to me. I talked to them. This person was whining to me. This is my interaction, my opinion, whining to me about the hate that she was receiving with backing Don and Candace Wells. So I was like, okay. And then I said, so who is the PI? I said, "Are you the PI that is then assigned to Don and Candace then in the case?" And her response was, "Well, no, like my company, it's like a bunch of retired PIs that will what you call the time like you do for free.
Pro bono.
Well, yeah, she said something other than pro bono, like volunteer. They volunteered their hours, whatever. And I was like, okay, so is there a volunteer one to them? And she straight up told me, well, no, we don't have one right now. Like it was excuses. I'm like, okay, I'm not falling for this. So in my opinion, no, I don't know though. I have not seen no documentation to prove that. It didn't seem right to me from the conversation I had with her. So I don't know. Can I say 100% she's not really one? No.
Pretty hard to say anything 100%.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, someone was asking if Don was actually arrested, and it doesn't. We don't think so. There's still conflicting stuff. Like if you look him up in the what is it called, Federal Bureau of Prisons, his name's in there.
From
But
3 years ago.
well, that's what they say. If you look up on one site, it says he's 53. If you look up on another, it says 56, which is his correct age. So, but apparently that site updates. So, like in 10 years, it'll say 66. And yeah, okay. So it is a possibility he was questioned or whatever, but I really don't know what the hell happened. And then there's, of course, the call from Candace to Mary, which apparently wasn't the only call. Apparently, she called the neighbor too, and that call wasn't recorded, as far as I know. But the one to Mary was. But what struck me there was, well, several things, but initially, why Mary was one of the ones pursuing assault charges on Dawn. So why would Candace call her? It made no sense. I think the only reason she did is she knew it would be recorded. That's the only thing I can think of. Oh, anonymous biker, thanks, bud. Yeah, we're both up at 10 over 10K. She's kicking my butt. But anyways, so there was that, and then like I don't want to put anybody down, but I will say if this was a legit thing, it was in very poor taste to broadcast that. I'm not gonna get into that, but I mean if it was actually legit, that should not have been put public. And of course there is the fact that Candace started with the police took him, then somehow jumped to the cartel, then dropped that Easter egg, we'll call it, storm the Capitol, which I want you guys to pay attention to that storm the Capitol thing. I usually don't have the tinfoil hat theories, but that is one. Storm the Capitol. There was a certain guy of a certain type of hunter nation who apparently was there storming the Capitol. And this person suddenly has a new lead on where Summer is. So if he if they actually find Summer and Candace predicted it in a blubbering, panicked frenzy, I mean, I think that's that's a pretty big matzo ball hanging out there, if you ask me. Could be nothing, but like I said, I'm not one for the far out theories, but that's weird. But anyways, okay, so
Really quick, can I say something?
yeah, yeah.
I want to do again on Mr. Share's channel what Dawn could not handle on Monday night and say, please bring Summer Moon Utah Wells home. Dawn, you know more. Candace, you know more. You've even said to people, I have screenshots. You've said to your bestie, I could call her out right now. You've said you believe Dawn has more to do with this. Bring your daughter home. Bring Summer Moon Utah Wells home.
Just let her come home.
If anyone knows where she is, let her come home because now it's beyond just Candace and Dawn loving her, which I don't believe, or she would be home, right?
Mm-hmm.
The world loves her, and we all want her home
Yeah.
yesterday.
And no matter what the plan was, like if it was to have a friend somehow find her and they split the cash, the reward money, that's not a theory that's all that far fetched, if you ask me. But I don't know. There's so much that's going on, and we don't really have all the answers. But there's a lot of things that happened really quickly in the last few days, and it's nuts.
An hour in Wells' case is like 24 hours of shit happening. It's wild.
Yeah. But now I'm gonna play you guys the video of Cher calling TBI and talking about the $50,000 cartel deal.
You, my belly's out and everything. You guys, it's Saturday. It was just ignore my looks. It's, ugh.
You look beautiful. So I think this clip is about 8 minutes. So we'll mute ourselves, but we'll be in the chat. But anyways, here we go.
The wall, and Don has been interviewing with us on our channel because we have thought maybe he's been incriminated and everything on social media, so we kind of thought maybe he was innocent. So I'm calling today because a girl came to a couple friends of mine who passed over the information because we kind of all work as a team on our channels. And anyways, this girl sent us screenshots of her conversation on Facebook Messenger with Dawn, and it was about basically going to Fred Light's house to move summer before TBI got there. I don't know exactly that, but then he's talking to a girl and offering her a $50,000 loan, and he's like, what's money anyway? And it's him. Like, I know his Facebook account because that's how we communicate, is through text messages and Facebook Messenger. And so it's him. So then what I did is I called him to question him about it, because I'm like, I can't help you if I need to know what you have to say about this coming out now. And he didn't deny any of it. He told me, yes, that is his account, but he said to me that I knew that they were talking to me, but I thought they were just playing a game with me, so I just played along with it. I said all those things, but I was just playing a game with them because they were playing a game with me. And yeah, he offered the girl, he admitted to me. So I'm like, so it said that you offered her $50,000 for sex, and he laughed and he said no. I said, so did you offer her a loan then to like just help her and get off of her feet? And he was like, yeah. But then like a few minutes into the phone call, he changed that to she has a lot of medical issues, and he offered her the loan to help her with medical issues. So for sure he's admitting he offered a woman a $50,000 loan, or that he has $50, because the way he talks isn't really too smart. So either he means he has $50 and he will give her a loan, or that he was going to give her a $50,000 loan, because money, what's money anyway? And also there was talk about like meeting up and something like that, but it's like your daughter's missing and you're worried about going to meet up with some woman. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, I felt like I should report that because he's not denying it and he's admitting, yeah, that was him. And I think it's definitely not good. And then the other thing that stands out to me is I've personally helped him and had him on the calendar to get 5-star attorneys that are in Tennessee. I can't remember where the one was, Knoxville, I believe. I can't remember the attorney's name, but the attorney took time and talked to me a couple times and was knowing that, the Wells don't really have much money right now. And I had the attorney on board to being willing to, basically pro bono come aboard and see what we could do to help him. And I even told the attorney, like, I would for my social media platforms to even do crowdfunding to help come up with money for the attorney. And so anyway, the attorney called me, we got Don on the calendar, I had it all set up, he was supposed to go meet him, I can't remember what the date was, but I know it was Friday at 9 a.m. And the attorney called me and said, Dawn's late, do you know if she's still coming? And it turns out Dawn just didn't want to go. There's been a lot of other weirdness too with his wife, which I've witnessed. She is just completely nuts and crazy and lashing out, and like I feel like I've been helping them, or thought I was anyway, but she's been just not acting right. I don't know how else to explain it. Lashing out, very, very, very jealous woman. Like I'm in a whole different country than her husband, but she's called me. It shocked me because they claim they're so, Christian and whatever, but she's called me like a faggot bitch and told me to F off, and like she's taken Dawn's phone and talked to me from Dawn's phone and then deleted all the stuff so that Dawn wouldn't see what she's saying. So there's just a little bit of weirdness going on, and I thought maybe I should at least call you guys and let you know.
Yeah. Do you want to leave your information?
Yeah.
Just in case?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Okay, so my and I do have screenshots of some stuff, and I don't know, I tried to record a little bit. Let me see. Sometimes my recorder doesn't record when I think it is. And I tried at the tail end of it, because I'm not one that records my phone calls usually, but today I was like, I better catch what I can. And let's see. Oops.
I think that's a horrible idea because it sounds like she's like, look what she's doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't.
She's in all the water. She's got that oxygen thing on and everything. And I really just felt sorry for her. I was just trying to help her, but.
Oh, okay. So that's where it came in. Like, do you need money? Oh, so she has like medical issues, and so you were kind of offering to help her with.
Yeah, she was talking like she was going to give up and she's just done with the world and all kind of stuff like that.
And did she want to take money from you? Did she say?
No.
Okay.
No.
But you didn't offer her $50,000, right?
No.
How much did you offer her?
Well, I would have, if she needed some, a little help for a house.
Oh, I get it. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, okay. Well, that's totally different.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's admitting to trying to offer for loans. Yeah, I can definitely. Is there a email or something?
Yeah, we have an email that you can send to.
Okay. Okay, and what is that?
Tips, so TIES.
TITS?
Yes.
Okay.
2TO.
What is it?
Tips 2, so TO.
Oh, tips. Okay, I was missing the letter too. Okay, tips. TO. Okay.
TBI
Okay.
at tn.gov.
TN.
TN like Tennessee.
TN like Tennessee. .gov. Okay, I'll send the screenshots there, and I'll send that little recording that I got.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, bye. This isn't good.
Just show me your phone so we can see the date. Let me just see the date.
Oh.
It just says the time. I just need to.
Oh shit. Why doesn't it say the date? Okay.
Okay. There you go. So yeah, that was Saturday, August 21st.
6 p.m.
Yeah. So we didn't sit on that. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew that because that's not what we were about. So me personally, I mean, I understand that this was something that could potentially be true, so we had to report it. Personally, I don't think the cartel loaned him 50 grand worth of cash slash product slash whatever. It just I can't see if I was a distributor, I certainly wouldn't loan that much money or product to someone like that. But that's just me. Not saying it's impossible. I don't think that's a legit thing. I think that was one of those things that Don wanted to spin because he likes the attention. Just like that you saw on Shares Live, he wanted to do a fake confession pay-per-view. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and for me, that was the first time in damn near a month where in this situation there was large portions of money being talked about
Mhm.
and drugs and knowing the area and the drugs and all the huge drug busts lately since Summer's disappearance, whether it was fake or not fake was not up for me to really decide.
Yeah.
And I figured, you know, I'm just going to report it. If it's wrong, it's wrong. If I lose contact with Don over this, so be it. I have to report this.
Yeah. And Miss KJ, you're right because he did say he used to run dope
Yep. And I
with
thought
them.
about all that too. So another big reason why I was like, again, fake or not, there's ties into, so I reported it immediately while, and as well. So after I reported it, it was 6 p.m. on Sunday morning. Don called me and said that TBI has some tip or recording. Did you record? And it was bad. It was really bad. And I lied. I said no. I turned in Ernie, which I did that too. So I told him I turned in Ernie, not him. So he continued talking to me, but he did tell me, like, if you did share, like, I won't be mad at you. Just tell me, so we can talk about it. But if I say anything crazy to you, by law, you have to report that. And so, like, just tell me if you did report it and let's just talk about it, share.
Hmm.
And I said, no, yeah.
That's a good question, Shannon. I mean, what made you decide to contact Don in the first place?
I originally first contacted him to say, well, it wasn't nice. I said, where is your daughter? Bring your daughter home. That was my first initial contact with him. And I went on my channel. I was incriminating him, going about it all wrong because I didn't know. But then, actually, it was you. Somebody had said something about sex offenders. I Googled it and I seen all of the sex offenders in the area. And then I was like,
Yeah, there was a
well,
lot
there was
right
a lot.
around that area. Yeah.
Yeah, and also watching a couple experts, one of them being in the behavior panel. I'm like, no way, all four of them are saying that they're, I was like, so then I started feeling like I need to learn more. Started researching, started learning more, having all of these other characters involved and things leading to all these other people. I was like, wow, there's a big chance here he's innocent. So,
Yep. That was just it. That kind of opened her eyes, and I was already like, I couldn't make sense of the timeline, so I was thinking, well, what the hell? Something happened, and there's like 3 hours unaccounted for. So whiskey tango foxtrot, as they say, because yeah, they apparently got home and started to pot flowers or whatever at 3:30. 911's called at 6:30. You cannot tell me that a 4-year-old potted plants for 3 hours. No, something else happened in there.
and we saw what was planted. That takes 5 minutes. Benny.
Yeah. So what else was happening there? But I mean that's a whole other thing. Last time we heard from, it's hard to say. We Cher got text from Dawn's account yesterday morning. But
Oh, it was Dawn texting me saying it was Candace, but Candace would never say, "Hey, this was Candace." Candace would be like, "Fuck you, bitch," and
yeah.
just block me. So I know it was Dawn pretending it was Candace because he wanted also to think I was gonna fall for he was arrested, and I didn't. So
Mm.
that's why everyone's called, "You're a liar, Cher. You're a liar." No, I'm not. I just know that Dawn's a fucking liar. He's the liar, not me. So apology accepted, assholes.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Have you apologized to the victims?
Yes, I did.
Well, I never said anything bad about them.
No, they were in our live tonight, even so.
Yeah, I've said, I think I say it every single live, but I'll say it again. No human being should ever have to experience sexual assault. It is wrong. It is never okay.
What does Benny say? Hua.
Hua. Yeah. Heard, understood, acknowledged. SA is not okay. The only thing I did say is the timing of it being brought up was odd. But I mean, that's for every person. That's their own personal thing. That's their own personal choice.
They were Cheshire, and I didn't even realize that was them. But that was really nice of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I reported a few things after that too. So you guys will see it at a different time when we.
Yeah, I literally recorded on this camera until it shut off on its own. That's how much we recorded. It's a lot. Yes, exactly. Well said, Benny. I don't even know what happened. Whatever. So okay, and okay, let's get back to the chain of events. So that was Saturday. That was when we heard about this $50,000 paid 30, still owe 20 extravaganza. First we ever heard of it. So then that really spun us out because it showed not only is this something we've never heard, but it showed that he's talking to a lot of other people, and he said he was only talking to us. So
I knew he
we,
wasn't.
yeah, I
but
mean, we figured he wasn't, but like not like this. Like he was talking to pretty much anybody who would send him a message. It was ridiculous.
Shan, I love you. You got some cute new babies. Fetus and clitoris. I think clitoris and fetus. Shan.
Yeah, that sounds like names Shan would use.
Yeah.
All right, so we were all like, and Don he was getting kind of freaked out about this because he was worried that it would get out or something like that. And that's when his behavior started to really change. Like he was getting a lot more hyper. Like, when you listen to him, you'll actually hear him later on, but he would kind of talk like this, about this speed and I'm sorry. And yeah, like really subdued, you know. But he was talking like I am right now. Like he was a lot more hyper, speaking faster, speaking louder, swearing more. So it was very concerning. And it just kept on escalating. And then Monday, thank you very much, Barb.
And the people saying, shouldn't you go to TBI with this?
Blood Money Benny coming in with a super sticker. Yeah,
We went to TBI multiple times.
we
I
did.
don't
And
know,
we
like,
literally just
wake
played
up.
proof of that.
Yeah. So hello.
Yeah, just go back a little bit. There's a whole unedited span of Cher calling TBI on Saturday reporting it.
That's just one call.
Yes, there's been others. But anyway, so yeah, things kept escalating. And then Monday night on my stream, Dawn called in, and then there was a whole bunch of Penny. There's a whole bunch of red flags. Like you could tell that the wheels were coming off. First, you hear, Well, there was a bit when Cher wasn't in the room and she was talking with Don, and you could kind of hear Candace yelling. I tried to isolate that, but I just couldn't get it to where it was legible for you guys. But then there's a bit when he was actually on the phone, and we had the phone like right here next to the mic, and we asked him. Well, Cher asked him like 3 times, at least two. What would you say to your daughter? And he the first time he didn't even get anywhere near there. The second time he mentioned her like once, and then it was all about him and Candace again.
Mm.
So that was all crazy. And then you actually hear Candace yelling at him to get off the phone. So I'm going to play that for you guys. I think this is going to be about 5 minutes. I'm not too sure, but it was somewhere around there. But yeah, this is what a lot of people were talking about, what happened on my stream.
Yeah. Well,
And,
what would
and
you
I've
say
never,
if she could hear you right now then, Don? Why don't we take a
I-
minute
okay,
and yeah.
okay. Just like I would tell anybody out there.
Yeah,
God
you
God
pretend you have
loves.
every ear in
Yeah.
the world,
Okay.
and maybe
All right.
Summer's listening to you right now, maybe, or someone who has Summer may be
Well,
listening to you. What would you
I,
say?
I I'd like to say, that a lot of people say that I'm hiding behind the church. Yeah, they're right. I'm hiding behind the church. God can cover a lot of sins. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. And God can cover a lot of sins. And, and that's my hope and prayer. I'm not saying that I'm a major criminal or anything that everybody's trying to make me out to be, because I'm not that person that law enforcement and people like Ernie or McDonough is trying to make me out to be, because I'm not that person. I have a kind heart. I always have. That's why I got out of that stuff, because I do have a kind heart. I'm not willing to hurt anybody. I've never hurt anybody. But I know God does offer forgiveness, and I hope you all do the same thing. That's what we all seek, is forgiveness of our sins, because nobody is sinless. We all fall short.
Yeah.
True.
If Summer could
Yeah.
hear you right now, or the people that have Summer, what would your message to specifically them be?
That I love you with all my heart, Summer, and you know that. No, I do. I know you love me. And I know she does.
Yeah.
See, I held her for the first 18 months of her life. And I feel bad for her mother, but she only wanted me. 18 months to 22 years. I don't know the exact months, whatever it was, but I'm so glad, that I worked 7 days a week, and I was able to afford for Candace to take her out every day and enjoy stuff with her every day. I'm so happy for that. And she got to take all those pictures and be with her mother all that time, but she still loved me just as much, but she got to know her mother. And why does she love me like that? I don't know. I don't deserve that. I never deserved anything like that. I've never had anything like that in my entire life. I've never had anybody love me like that. But I love her so much. I want her to know I will always love her, and I will be with her sooner or later in God's kingdom, sooner or later. But I'm just glad that Candace did get to spend such quality time with her like that, and she did. And Candace got to do a lot of stuff with her and take all those videos and photographs, and I'm so happy about that. And anyway, yeah.
All right.
I love her, and I love her. I always will love her forever, and I'll see her sooner or later. I just hope she ain't going through too much. I know it can't be good. There's no way it can be good. In our area, after looking around, it's just horrible. I can't believe it. Some of the things I've seen even today is just blows my mind. And some of the stories I've heard.
I
Yep.
heard that
So
fucking-
yeah, was it 2 or 3 times she said, if you could talk to Summer, what would you say? And I love you, and I know you love me. And poof, he was off it, just like that. And there was one thing, the church, someone was mentioning the church. I think Don's default, like, if you go back and watch all of Cher's interviews, like, sometimes he'll answer the question she asked, but sometimes he doesn't really quite get there. And then he goes off and talks about the church. I think that was his default. Whenever he was getting somewhere he didn't know what to say, he would just talk about the church. So, yeah, I didn't catch that, but now looking back on it, I think that was whenever he was stuck or whenever he thought he was going to get caught, maybe.
Mm.
That's when he would just go out and talk about the church.
Hey, Natasha. About him sending nudes, I am unaware of that. I do know she sent him pictures, and it wasn't nude. But
You know how things get spun out of control. Like, I heard he did an 8-hour video call naked in his kitchen.
Um,
How could he have done that?
I believe it.
That'd be like he'd have to wait until Candace goes to bed,
She's drunk every night. so-
quick, get in the kitchen, strip down, and do an 8-hour video call.
Well,
I mean, it's not impossible, but I mean,
I'm sure he's upstairs, and we all
Thanks,
seen
Marcia.
that dungeon, so or whatever it is. Yeah, my poker face, you guys. I was
Mhm.
pissed.
she was like
I
scowling.
was so mad.
I was sitting there thinking, "Holy crap! What the hell do we do? What do we do?
Yeah,
We
he
keep
was
him
like-
talking. Keep him talking.
Yeah, we wanted
just
him to-
go. Just keep him talking. Sing to the bastard. Whatever you got to do."
I look at him like I am not going to fucking remind him to plead for his daughter. I'm fucking letting him hang himself tonight. Like I was done with it. I couldn't. I was just like, this is bullshit.
Yeah, that was like I said, it was escalating, and then that night, that was where it just all fell apart. I'm like,
Mhm.
he's gonna realize that he just crapped the bed, and we're not gonna be able to do much more. And then, sure enough, like the next day, or was it, let's say Thursday, so Wednesday? Yeah, it was 2 days later. He did this where he
Yeah.
vanished,
Yep.
and apparently, don't know, can't confirm this, but apparently someone did a wellness check, and Dawn is at home.
His sister Mary did. She let it out. She said so. Yes.
She said that. Now, the way everything has been and all the shady shit, I'm back to the old Prairie Boy where I don't believe a damn thing unless I see it for myself. So I'm still not sure what the hell happened, if Don ever left, if he was questioned by police in the middle of the night and brought back home, or he was kidnapped by cartel and brought back home, or if he was there the whole time. I don't know.
All right, I'm just going to say something. And everyone didn't get my sarcasm last time. Let's run through this cartel bullshit. So, cartel comes with Candace and Grandma and 20 fucking dogs outside and 3 boys. Okay, cartel comes on June 15th, snatches Summer and leaves all 3 brothers, Grandma and Mom, alone. Then, almost 3 months later, cartel's like, I know. Let's go back and take Dawn and leave Candace.
Yeah, I mean that's. I don't really want to speak much about them, but I wouldn't imagine that's how they would operate. Just gonna say that.
We'd kill all of them.
That's not what I wanted to say.
Oh, it's
Yeah, what she said.
facts.
They'd make him sell his Subaru, get whatever money they could, and then off the whole family.
Hmm.
For 50 grand. Yeah. So I don't know. It was a Sesame Street cartel.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ernie
You
was
could-
there.
Yeah.
Hebert. Sorry.
I know some people think the jokes are in poor taste, but after the month
we-
we've had, we need to cut loose and unwind. Basically, our part of this has come to an end, and
yeah.
we need to unwind and decompress about it all because it's been a very stressful month.
I want to rewatch that call just to watch my facial expressions again.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good.
Who wants to watch it again?
I'll play it again in a little bit. Yeah, because there's people coming in now who hadn't seen it before. So yeah, if you're tuning in and you didn't see earlier in the live, I played a video of Cher calling TBI on Saturday, and then I played another bit, a snippet from my live Monday, where Don basically just crapped all over himself.
Crapped all over himself.
Yeah. Yeah, just basically
Hashtag Don
blew
is done.
it.
Make that
Don is done.
fucking, what do you call it, viral, please.
Ernie and Donald Duck. How do you really feel about psychics? Are you open or no?
I am open to them. I've always said that. I just don't like the ones that take advantage of situations, if you will. That's all. I have really good friends that are psychic, mediums, spirit worker. Dark Rose, check her out. She's always on point. Love her. I've always been very open with that. I'm a very spiritual person.
I'm spiritual, and I do think that there are things that you can pick up. And I'm sure a lot of us have had this happen, especially if you're old enough to remember the phones that didn't have call display that hung on the wall. How many times did you answer that phone already knowing who it was? That happened to me a lot. So there's definitely something we can pick up on. Do I think that people can? Well, I'm skeptical, but I think people can pick up on little bits and pieces. Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't understand. Okay, let's say that this was a whole plan by Don. Somehow be taken, either kidnapped or by police or whatever. How would this possibly land in his favor? I don't see it. I don't see how he actually thought this was going to do anything. I don't know. I mean, did he maybe think that this would cause people to think, oh, well, he's gone. We'll leave them alone on social media? Like, we'll stop messaging them and stuff? I don't know. But I honestly can't figure it out for the life of me what the plan was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, checking convictions could be, but they're both at home, so he didn't run yet anyway.
So he could run, yeah. Oh, maybe. Last ditch effort to get out of the charges? Possibly.
Dang, Natasha, that sucks. Sorry.
Yeah.
Amber.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense then. I do think that he wanted to kind of, it was his way of giving the finger to YouTube, to all the people, because as soon as that little bit of information leaked, it spread like wildfire. And then we find out it's all smoke. But for a little bit there, and even I didn't say, I know a lot of people said, well, Prairie Boy confirmed it. No, I did not. I said, someone asked if Candace had been arrested too. I said, as far as we know, Candace wasn't. It does look like Don was, though. That was pretty much exact words. But I said, looks like he was. I didn't say, yes, Don was arrested.
Donna J, it's because Chris McDonough had Jeannie and Mary wanting to record. He called me Saturday morning or afternoon, whenever that call happened. When he hung up with Mary on that call, he called me and said, Chris McDumbass has them recording me, trying to entrap me to say I was over 18 at the time, but I said I
Mm.
was 15 or whatever. He called me right when he hung up with her.
Yeah, he's adamant that nothing happened after he turned 18. But I mean, can we believe him? I think in some instances
no.
he has been truthful, but like he kept a lot to himself, and that's why he always gave the same stories. Like he would talk about Summer, and there was only like 2 or 3 stories. The main one was she would grab onto my arm and twirl. The other one was she'd come in the house and she was huffing and puffing. I put my hand on her back and chest and I said, "Wow, Summer, your heart's beating so fast." And there was and she walked up and hit one of the boys because they were getting heck from mom and dad. She walked up with a stick and hit him because she wanted to be the disciplinarian. But that was pretty much the only 3 stories I ever remember him saying about Summer. I'm like, she's 4 years old, almost 5 years old, time of her disappearance. You got 3 stories?
Mm.
I actually wanted to do more. I wanted to do a whole thing about Summer's life, like right from the time they found out they were pregnant all the way up. And it
They
just
didn't want to
never
do
happened.
it really either because you brought it up a lot and he didn't. And I
Don
kept
Don
telling him.
was he seemed into it, but only as far as Don goes. You know, like I asked him to send me as many pictures as he could. He sent me, I think, 20, half of which I've already seen. So, I mean, it was still good, but yeah, it just wasn't going to be. I wanted Candace. I wanted to see some emotion. I wanted to see parents that love their child. And I guess that was wishful thinking because we know now that Candace can express emotion. She can cry. She can be inconsolable, like as you heard on the phone with Mary. Where was that when Summer disappeared? Just, I don't get it. I don't trust. I don't trust a single person involved in this at all. I don't know. I was always leery about Don and everything, but the way he changed, it really hit home with me that all right, this guy, he's 2 people in one body. Like he switched like a light. So could he possibly have hurt Summer? Absolutely. Could he have sold her? Absolutely. Could he be innocent? Yeah, he could be. But I mean, innocent to this, and I really don't think he cares all that much, even if he is innocent. I mean, no one's really, I don't know. The whole thing left a pretty sour taste in my mouth after last week, after Saturday and then Monday. Small town girl, you must have just shown up. We were just, man, never mind. What's the point? Thank you, Trisha. All right, so for people who are just coming in, I'm gonna play for you the final straw, basically, that made me realize that we can't keep doing this with Don because he's coming off the rails. So this is a snip from my live on Monday. We tried to get him to speak to Summer as if she could hear him, and it was just an absolute disaster.
Yeah. Well, what would you say if she could hear you right now then, Don? Why don't we take a minute
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay. Just like I would tell anybody out there.
Yeah, you pretend you have every ear in the world, and maybe Summer's listening to you right now, maybe, or someone who has Summer may be listening to you. What would you say?
I'd like to say, that a lot of people say that I'm hiding behind the church. Yeah, they're right. I'm hiding behind the church. God can cover a lot of sins. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. And God can cover a lot of sins. And, you know, and that's my hope and prayer. You know, I'm not saying that I'm a major criminal or anybody thing that everybody's trying to make me out to be, because I'm not that person that law enforcement and people like Ernie or McDonough is trying to make me out to be, because I'm not that person. I have a kind heart. I always have. That's why I got out of that stuff, because I do have a kind heart. I'm not willing to hurt anybody. I've never hurt anybody. But I know God does offer forgiveness, and I hope you all do the same thing. You know, that's what we all seek, is forgiveness of our sins, because nobody is sinless. We all fall short.
Yeah.
True.
If Summer
And,
could hear you right now, or the people that have Summer, what would your message to specifically them be?
that I love you with all my heart, Summer, and you know that. No, I do. I know you love me. And I know she does.
Yeah.
See, I held her for the first 18 months of her life. And I feel bad for her mother, you know, but she only wanted me. 18 months to 22 years. I don't know the exact months, whatever it was, but I'm so glad, you know, that I worked 7 days a week, and I was able to afford for Candace to take her out every day and enjoy stuff with her every day. I'm so happy for that. And she got to take all those pictures and be with her mother all that time, you know, but she still loved me just as much, but she got to know her mother. And why she loved me like that, I don't know. I don't deserve that. I never deserved anything like that. I've never had anything like that in my entire life. I've never had anybody love me like that. But I love her so much. I want her to know I will always love her, and I will be with her sooner or later in God's kingdom, sooner or later. But I'm just glad that Candace did get to spend such quality time with her like that, and she did. And Candace got to do a lot of stuff with her and take all those videos and photographs, and I'm so happy about that. And anyway,
All right.
Forever, and I'll see her sooner or later. I just hope she ain't going through too much. I know it can't be good. There's no way it can be good. In our area, after looking around, it's just horrible. I can't believe it. Some of the things I've seen even today just blows my mind. And some of the stories I've heard.
Same shit. So, okay. I saw a question. Thank you, Jen. Checking Convictions asked, why was that the final straw for me? And it was because he said that, I love you, Summer, and I know you love me. He said that verbatim another time when we were talking to him. I don't know if it actually was on one of her interviews or if we were just talking, but he said that exact thing. And as soon as that he said that, I'm like, what the hell? Plus, with how he had been acting up to that point, I was like, yeah, I want to keep him talking, but I can see that the wheels are coming off. And then sure enough, 2 days later, this all happened. So, I mean, you guys, your guess is as good as mine as to what the hell was going on, but yeesh, that was pretty bad. Yeah, always I, me. And then if he gets really stuck, he defaults to the church. Yeah, I think he had a list of things that he was going to talk about, and if he ever got derailed, he would
Went
just
to
go on
church.
about religion and the church. Like you guys you don't know how much of that stuff I edited out of Cher's interviews. Like he would go on for like 20 minutes talking about like I forget what it was called, the Sunday law or something
Mhm.
like that.
He talked more about the church than Summer
Oh yeah, a lot more.
all the time.
And it's like, okay, we already have him talking about Summer or details about that for like an hour. I don't want to have like another hour and a half of just him talking about the church because that would just drive you guys all batshit.
Mm.
It was hard enough on us. We weren't going to put you through that. Yeah, hopefully not. But the weird thing is, all of this weird stuff that's happened, it kind of gives me hope that Summer's alive. Like it's starting to feel like there's this big scheme to try and have someone find her and then split the
And
money,
have
the
some kind
reward
of
fund.
money.
And I said this before, but my tinfoil hat, I know it's a stretch, but when Candace called Mary, all distraught that Dawn was taken, she said, "Storm the Capitol." And also going around, there was a certain other person who was involved in looking for Summer and had apparently found a bunch of clues. He apparently stormed the Capitol, and now this person has a big tip that they're working on.
Tonight.
It could,
Today.
yeah, it could be BS, but the fact that Candace said that, it really, I mean, it set a bell off in my head. I don't know if there's anything to that or not, but yeah. So we're going to be putting out some more videos and stuff. Like there's a whole whack of stuff. We got a giant conversation that we had with Dawn that we recorded, and Cher's got a whole bunch of stuff. We can't put it all out at once because you guys would be sitting here for 12 hours. But we will be putting it out, and we're gonna be talking about everything we were going through this whole month because, like, honestly, like we've been involved in true crime cases before, but this one, like we went deep, especially Cher, and it definitely took a toll on us in our real life. Not just because of talking with someone who is very likely capable of harming his own daughter, but also the all the hatred and everything we got for trying to get information. Like people thought that we were SA sympathizers and we were protecting Don, and that was never the case. We were just letting him talk, and if he said the wrong thing, so be it. So yeah, it's been a very, very rough go for both of us, particularly Cher. I mean, she got it way worse than I did. I had, well, some person decided to spread a rumor that I'm a sex offender, which is not true. But that was all I got really. But Cher got it really bad. She got absolutely tormented and ended up getting death threats. So that's a lesson that we should all take to heart. Is it's understandable that people get very deeply emotionally invested in cases like this and they want to find the answers and everything like that, but we can't, it's not good to attack someone when they have a different theory than yours. You should debate them, you should discuss and bounce ideas off each other, but to just blindly attack, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't solve the case. It doesn't get us any closer. In fact, it makes it even worse. We spent way too much time talking about how we're not SA apologists or however they wanted to say it than we did actually discussing the details of the case. So yeah, just everybody take that to heart. Next time, next case, because there will be another one. When someone's saying something and you don't think they're right, don't go bashing them. Go ask questions. Give your thoughts and opinions. But Don't go digging into someone's personal history and try and discredit them. That's why I'm not saying anything negative about any other creator on this channel, because it's not the right way to go about this stuff. Other people claim to be authentic and the voice of reason. I'm the voice of reason on YouTube. You want reason, you come to this channel. You want theories and chaos and drama, you won't get that here. Aside from my little tinfoil hat theory, but I was kind of proud of that one, so I had to share it with you guys.
And I've always just been very, very curious. Like wanting to hear things from the horse's mouth instead of just what other people are saying, which is what led me to Rhonda many years ago. I didn't want to just, oh, I saw her on a documentary, I'm just going to believe everything they're saying. I wanted to know more, so I wrote her one day. Then ever since then, I've been like, I'm just going to try and get to the actual person. Whether they lie to me or not is not my problem. I just
Mhm.
want to hear for myself, unmanipulated by any media, what they have to say. And that's why I started my platform. Whether they are lying or not, the platform is for them to have their voice in an unmanipulated way for anyone's certain narrative. If they hang themselves, they hang themselves. If they lie, they lie. That's
Mhm.
not for me to.
Debbie, I never said anything. Well, that's not true. I said I disagree with his tactic going after Dawn so hard about this SA thing. I think it took focus off Summer.
We still stand by that. I do.
Yeah, I disagree with that tactic. I don't hate the guy. I've never tried to find out personal information about him and spread it on the internet, nothing like that. And there was one time when I was very immature. I made fun of the way he speaks, but I have apologized for that publicly twice, and I'll do it again. Chris, if you do watch this, that was wrong of me. It was immature, and I should not have done it. But that's it. Other than that, I've actually said all of Chris's interviews, the actual interviews were great. We got a lot of information from them. Yeah, but that was it. Do you believe Don Wells was at work that day? I don't know. I did. But then this thing started popping up that he left at like 3:30. And I don't know if that's true or not, but it tracks because from 3:30 to 6:30, we don't know what was going on at the Wells home. They weren't potting plants for 3 hours. Something else happened there.
And I've heard Candace cry a few times, seen her cry, but not for Summer.
Yeah.
It was different things, not for Summer.
Oh, and yeah, and Candace had gone from yelling horrible things at Cher to yelling that she loves her. So, yeah. What was this storm the Capitol stuff? Okay, this is my tinfoil hat theory. But when Candace called Mary all distraught and she was saying Donnie was taken by police and all that, she said storm the Capitol. And there's this thing floating around about a certain other group, and one of them did storm the Capitol apparently, and now that person has this new lead on where Summer is. So was that Candace's way of dropping a hint, or was it just pure coincidence? Who knows? But yeah, that set off a bell in my head anyway.
I'm not sure if they're just for in Tennessee.
I think you can get. Yeah, someone was
That
saying
is
that
not what I
people that
saw.
were printing flyers were doing it for free, but they stopped doing that. But they do give a discount. I think you can just get them printed up and then take them wherever.
That is not what I actually said. I said I would still,
Should still
Talk to
talk to
him.
him.
not that I would, no.
And that's like Cher said earlier. Like it's curiosity. You want to understand why a person would do this.
And like, why
That's
did
what's
you?
like with Chris Watts. How many people want to talk to him? it's not because you like the person, it's because you want to understand how.
Yeah, and why? Like I don't get it. And I said too, like if he was arrested, I would want to talk to him still because I'd like depending on if he was arrested and I've been talking to him for a year or 2 months or whatever it was, I'd want to be like, why did you do that? Like I would
Mhm.
just be so curious. I just want to know why. Like I'd want to know more. And that's why true crime is a thing. It's curiosity of so much more than just the crime itself, but what makes these people tick and to
Exactly.
be okay with doing what they're doing. It just I'm curious about it.
Yeah. And I mean, as far as YouTubers go, that's pretty much the bulk of what we can do. I mean, we aren't, there is a rare occasion when what we do actually helps to solve a case, but it is very rare. For the most part, all we do is peel over evidence police already have and discuss it. We aren't finding something that they missed. I think the only one I can really think of where the internet worked together to solve a crime was that Don't F with Cats on Netflix, Luca Magnotta, because it started off as someone torturing cats, and people, they basically just went after this guy and he ended up getting caught. But yeah, as far as that, what YouTubers do as far as solving crimes, it is very, very rare that we actually do anything. We had high hopes with this with Don, that somehow he had some information that he would let slip. Maybe he did, and we still didn't catch it. But I mean, everything we got, we've either shown you, reported to TBI, or we're about to show you over the next couple of days. Yeah, we can't really talk too much about that whole Capitol storming thing because there are
Can't.
certain people who are likely affiliated with that person are the ones who have been involved with why we had to go to the police. Trying not to give too many details and still say it.
Mm. Right, Kim Burns.
Yeah, and I believe it. It's an odd thing, but like Chris Watts has so many women writing him, and there is a fascination, especially on, I don't know if it's a biological thing, where women, women like uh, the strong man, the badass, the protector. So one who's willing to take a life, I think on some level is intriguing. I don't know. That's just, I'm not a psychologist, but we are curious about murder and death and all that. And thank you very much, Coffee. I mean, we wouldn't be here if we weren't. We'd be watching funny fail videos or see what Cardi B's up to this week. I don't know. Yeah, killers have a fan club. They do. Yeah, they have people who like admire them, and then people who are just legitimately curious about what makes them tick. That's where I'm at. Like I definitely don't have any respect or admiration for these people, but I would like to understand how they could do what they've done.
Yes, we all noticed we could hear Don in the background. Nobody wanted to listen to me. I told everybody it was a joke.
Thank you, Jen. Yeah,
Thank you, Dalen.
during that
Love
call,
you.
you could hear like a. It sounded like his voice muttering something. Could have been a weird feedback thing, but it sounded like Don. Read Linda Cole comment. Okay, where was it? Linda Cole, whatever you said, could you say it again and I'll watch for you? So I'll put it in the chat. What do you guys think was up with this whole disappearing act? Do you think it was just a hoax? Think he was there the whole time? Do you think he was actually questioned by police? Do you think it was the cartel came to give him a little bit of a reminder? What are you guys thinking?
And Day for Justice did bring up a good thing. There is an article out released today through all this mess, reminding everybody about the reward fund.
Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of weird. So, did you all think he was innocent, or were you playing him to see if he messed up?
Thought he was a big possibility he could be innocent. And if you listen to us, we always said if he's guilty, that will come out. But
Yeah.
with knowing other things, we thought there was for sure at least a good chance he was innocent. But I think
Yeah.
he's playing on his surroundings.
Yeah, he
On
knows he knew how to play the sympathy card
yeah, and I
to come
think
across like broken and sad and
Mhm.
tired. This woe is me kind of thing.
Well, yeah, and I think he must have I mean, he definitely is aware, like he's aware, like, yeah, I know I speak past tense or whatever. He is aware of these things, which is odd.
Hmm.
You're not usually like, I know I speak in. So he was already coaching himself to be like aware of these certain things, or he knew what we would all pick up on. So he knew all of this. He ain't that dumb.
Mhm.
Not yet, not yet, Jennifer. I will though.
Candy, as far as we know, he's home. That's what we've been told.
He is at home.
But like I said, I'm done taking what anybody says for truth. I'm done.
It's weird.
Well, and that's a lot of people say, did you think he was in? Right now, we still don't know he's guilty. We don't know what he would even be guilty of. We don't know if Summer was SA. We don't know if she's alive or not. We still don't know. Do I think he knows more than he's told us? Absolutely. Yes, 100%. But we still can't say this one's guilty. We don't know if he was the primary offender.
Guilty
in this
of what
case.
we don't know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he is. Does he know where his daughter is? Yeah, I feel, in my personal opinion, yes, I believe he knows.
Innocent until proven guilty, prove otherwise. That's exactly it. I mean, he looks really damn shady after this. I don't know what the hell his plan was, but he's not going to have too many people in his corner anymore. And maybe that was his plan because he knew if he kept talking, he was going to slip. I don't know.
Well, do I share what makes you say that? I just because of my personal dealings over the last month, I think he knows more, especially over what happened between Saturday and yesterday. I just feel like he knows more.
I have no idea why Grandma left for sure. The party line was to help her sister, right?
That was the
Yeah, because her sister's husband had a stroke or a heart attack or something like that. That was the party line. Whether or not that's true, we have no idea. Why can't the TBI make him show where Summer is? Well, if they don't have enough to arrest him, then yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It's not what you know; it's what you can prove in court. Stephanie, all he's done is unblock us. I don't think he is. Well, he hasn't reached out to me. I don't know if he's reached out to anybody else. Yeah, a lot of people were rubbed the wrong way with all that religion talk. I mean, I'm a religious person myself, so I kind of understand some of that. Like we believe there's a life after this. So yeah.
I'm gonna get Matthias.
All right. Don't you think it's strange that they haven't brought him in for more questioning? I do. Well, TBI. Anyway. Yeah, and again, we don't know if they have. We don't know how many times they've questioned him come out there. Like we felt that Don was giving us more than what he actually was. In that respect, he did kind of dupe us. Like we felt like he was, because Sharon him talks so much, we didn't realize or think that he would be talking to a lot of other people, which he was. And he was telling them other stories and other details. So yeah, he was being very odd. What's up, Squeak? And we our kitty is sick. He's got an infection. We took him to the vet today, so he's got some medicine.
He has no energy.
Yeah,
He's being very weird.
sneezes a lot.
Medicated.
But yeah, hopefully he gets better soon. Poor little guy. Could have been all the, I don't know, animals pick up on stress that their humans are feeling, right? And we have
Mhm.
been stressed. Oh. So that could be a big part of it too. Why do the neighbors lie for Dawn? I do not know. I don't even know if they have. Like maybe Candace did call a neighbor before Mary. Maybe a neighbor did hear Summer scream. We don't know. Did y'all advise him to stop bashing Catholics? I didn't
No.
really hear him bashing
I
Catholics
mean,
that much.
well, yeah, he kind of did, but
I mean, obviously, when people are that deep in their religion, they
Yeah.
tend to say that they got it right, the others have it wrong. But I mean, I'm Catholic, and he and I never had beef, so
Grace, I thought already today that I need some sage. So yeah, we
Mm.
will sage soon. Shan, the kitty is high off of whatever the vet injected him, and then we had to give him a pill once a day for 3 days.
yeah, he actually took his pill this afternoon very easily. I was surprised.
Hmm.
Normally, it's a fight. You got to try and hide it in food or get one of those things where you push it down their throat and release it. But no, he actually took it.
I opened his mouth. He clawed me a little.
Hmm.
Brittany.
And yes, he is cute.
Thank you, Shane. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah, apparently everything's back. He's unblocked us, and I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see who he's talking to and what comes up in the next couple of days. In the meantime, Sharon and I have a whole bunch of conversations and crap that she's going to be sharing, and oof, yeah, it's a lot. And the hate is out of control. Yeah, and again, even people now are still leaving snarky comments. Like, why?
I like you,
We've
but did you
literally laid it all out. We didn't know if he was guilty or innocent. We technically still don't. We just wanted information. We did a hell of a lot more to help find Summer. Cher was talking to him all the time, trying to get information, asking him questions. I did a bloody fundraiser and shaved my beard. What did you guys do? Talking to the haters, by the way. Tell me what you did.
You are right, Bartwan. Maybe.
Think you'll try and grovel back and say sorry? That's kind of what I thought. Either that or he's going to have some kind of crazy story like, yeah, he was taken in for questioning. They had to ask him about the money thing, and then they took him home. That doesn't explain much. excellent innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, it has always been for us. It's always been about Summer. It came off the Don show, but we were trying to get information, and he was the only one we could talk to. So it was either that or just peddle theories. We should all write into Dr. Phil. There's a guy who's always quite often in our chats.
He was
That's
just here.
his name, Dr. Phil.
He was in here.
And every time, at least one person asks him, "Are you the real Dr. Phil?"
Mhm.
That's awesome.
That'd be so fucked up. We find out one day.
Oh, that's awesome. Kicking up dust. Right on. He's out. Oh, can you hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like got a little bit of a whistle in his nose. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not, but yeah, it's. Oh, that's no good, Miss Mola. Yep,
That's right.
bullying is a legit thing. It's horrible when kids do it, and it's ridiculous when adults do it, but they do it. There's still going to be people talking trash about us in other videos and lives, and it's like, well, we tried to get as much information as we could. I mean, you want to fault us for that? Go ahead.
Yeah. It's
Wonder if they were being interviewed or getting therapy because, yeah, I would bet everything that the boys have been questioned. Now we don't know what they've said, but yeah, I do not know. We've been on coming up on an hour and a half. We're actually gonna cut this off pretty quick. And no, we still have not heard from Don. We've been unblocked, but that's it. We can't really talk too much about that, but I don't think he ever did say he wanted them back.
Nope.
Not that I ever remember.
not to me.
We didn't like. I mean, that's kind of. I can kind of give that to him because we didn't really talk about them much because we weren't supposed to. So we weren't asking questions about them, so he wasn't talking about them. He did mention them once in a while, but
When we asked questions, he would bring up memories that involved the boys. Other than that, no, he did not
Yeah.
talk about the boys. He would say he'd miss Summer sometimes. But no, not really much about the boys. He would say, Candace is really hoping to get the boys back. He didn't say for him or them. He said Candace.
oh, there you go, Pitbull. Yeah, and I get how it looked. It looked like, well, we're not going to look at anybody. You know, we think Don he's just a pawn and all this, or he's innocent or whatever. I mean, we're not dumb. We saw red flags. We know that there is a chance, and even I said that. Can't rule it out. But yeah, we wanted to get information. That's it. We were being neutral, like a news agency would be if they were interviewing somebody. I mean, if we were just to go and say, Don, you know what, Don, we think you're guilty of this, but will you talk to us still? Like, you think that would have worked? No, I'm not sure. Stephanie, I thought at the time, it was actually Candace because she would always go from screaming at Cher to saying she loves her and she appreciates us. And like it was always back and forth. So at the time, all we had heard was the neighbor had told her niece or something like that Don was taken away and they saw it. So we're like, oh crap, okay. So we're trying to figure out what happened, and next thing you know, we're blocked. Jen, judging from how they look, I would say they are. Did you guys ever hear the neighbor story? She claimed Tuesday night they were running up and down the road, showing them too. I heard that after. Yeah. Yeah, I did hear that after. I don't know, was that the same neighbor, the one who said that Don was taken away? How did it go from him being taken away to them chasing each other up and down the street? See, that's the thing is everything gets so confusing. We never know who's telling the truth. What did he do that makes you think he's guilty? Is it because they told you off? No, they never told us off. I'm not getting what's going on. All of a sudden, it's okay to talk about them negatively. I'm confused. You'd have to watch the whole stream, but basically, from Saturday night, there was something that happened, and Don, his behavior changed. So that was a red flag for us. And then Monday, he really, really crapped the bed when we gave him a chance to speak to Summer. But there have always been red flags, and no, it is not okay to. I mean, you can say what you think about him. Go ahead, you always could, but we kind of want people to be respectful because there's a good chance that their sons are going to see this someday. You know, like I've said, God, how many times have I said it? You shouldn't be trashing people for any reason. If you don't like them, don't talk about them, don't think about them, whatever. You know, and I've been letting a lot of those comments go just because it would be too hard to try and block them all.
Michelle Bender is not a private investigator.
Okay.
She.
But yeah,
Yes.
our opinion was it was always possible that he was guilty. We never were 100%, and nobody can be 100% about anything. If you are like that, then you are wrong because we don't even know what happened to Summer. We still don't. So we still can't say Don is guilty because we don't even know of what. He knows more than what he's told us. We know that much. But
The person who is the private investigator for the wells actually has a record. Involvement, criminal
exactly.
record since 2015. Pled guilty to theft by deception, false impression, according to records. I'm not going to say the county.
No, I'm not doing anything like what Chris was doing.
Nope, definitely different. Not her cases.
I honestly don't know. Oh, Rhonda, I don't know. I don't know if we'll talk to him if he calls. I don't know. Cher, do you think that was Candace on the recording yesterday crying?
Yes,
Yeah, it was her.
it was her. But it was not the crying y'all think. It was drunk, drugs, Don making her make a phone call.
I don't know who this private investigator person is.
She's
Were they
not.
trying to pass themselves off
Well,
as
yeah,
a
it's the PI that they talk about. The wells have a PI.
Oh,
It's
so
not
she's
really
not
a
actually a PI.
No, and she has a record of false impersonations and theft and yeah.
For God's sake. Grammy, my opinion, Candace is equally in this.
Yes.
I don't think that I don't buy the 2-minute thing.
Nope.
I don't think that Dawn somehow came home, grabbed Summer, and took off without Candace even knowing. No.
The way she's always messed up, she wouldn't know 2 minutes from 2 hours, to be honest. And we are missing 3 hours, not 40 minutes.
Yeah. And not like this means anything definite, but between the two of them, who's had all the child abuse charges? Wasn't Dawn. Maybe Grandma too. I mean, she was there. Like whatever happened to Summer somehow happened between 3:30 and 6:30. What exactly happened, we don't know. Well, actually, I should say between 2:30 and 6:30 because that's when Allie said they left her house. So between 2:30 and 6:30, in that 4 hours, something happened to Summer. We just don't know what. If I had to put money on whether it was an accident sold or rented or whatever, I'm putting my money on accident. That's just, I have no reason for it. Maybe it's because that's the least sinister thing, but that's what my gut says. If you want your children back from foster care, you don't get drunk and vomit Mexican cartels. True. Yep. If they were found guilty, would you all forgive them? Yes,
No.
it's part of my religion. If they were legitimately sorry. Like if he says, "Hey, sorry." No. If someone is legit, it's not up to man. It's up to God.
What was the question?
If they were found guilty, would you forgive them? If they were legit sorry and asked for forgiveness, I would, because it's not up to me, it's up to God.
No.
She does not share that belief.
I would talk to him, but I would not forgive him for playing games with people.
Susie's money is unpremeditated. Yep.
No, I wouldn't. No.
When the 911 call first went out, it said Summer was last seen walking along the road at 7. Really?
What?
I never heard that.
Wait, what was it? Read it again.
Summer was last seen walking along the road at 7. 911 was called at 6:30.
6:29. Yep.
I don't know what that's about. But if someone saw her after 911 was called, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Well, Sweet Caroline, that's what I'm saying. It's not up to us. It's up to God. I mean, if you believe in that thing. If you don't, then you're not going to agree with me, and that's fine. Religion is the politics of spirituality.
Mhm.
Grandma Green, you win the internet because I've never heard religion described so perfectly before. That's exactly it.
You win in. Hash brown, me too.
And then send it to the internet.
Send it to the internet.
Yes, we are fans of Cobra Kai over here. But all right, guys, I think that was pretty much all I wanted to put out there.
I don't know.
Yeah, Cher's got a lot more.
There's some interesting things happening.
Yeah, and the next couple of days are going to be nuts. There's going to be, well, there have been, I don't know how many people went live speculating on everything. Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. But I wanted to say thank you to everybody for coming by. And to all the new subscribers, welcome. I hope you stick around when we move away from this case, when it's over, or when there's no more information and there's another case we need to get into. And to all the new members, thank you so much. People who gave super chats. you're awesome. People who give super thanks after this airs, and that weird little thing that YouTube has now. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated.
You all loved my new intro. Jackson Pierce is in the house, and he made that for me, and I
Yes.
love it.
Yeah, he did very good with that.
Hmm.
I'm seriously impressed, Jackson.
But Jackson, I made a mistake as a editor's wife and went to another
Yeah, I
editor
kind of give
for
her
it-
some grief
for an intro.
because she wanted me to make her an intro a while back, and I was gonna, and then
Life.
a friend of hers was gonna do one, and she was like a rapper. So I was like, okay, well, okay, she's gonna do that. So I just put it out of sight, out of mind. Then all of a sudden, you're gonna do one. I'm like, okay, well, let's see what this mofo got. And yeah, you did really good, man. I was seriously impressed.
Right on the perfect line of creepiness.
Yeah, there was a little
Awesome.
creepy in
Love it.
there and some power, and yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. But then again, I'm kind of a geek about editing and stuff. It's kind of my thing. Okay, we got all off on a tangent. All right. Most of you have no clue what the hell we're talking about, so sorry about that. But thank you all for coming out, and stay tuned because things are going to get gnarly the next couple of days. And Cher and I are kind of going into decompress mode. We're going to be doing some fun stuff on our joint channel. We've been kind of lacking over there. So if you guys want to see something that's not true crime, you just want to get to know us and have some fun.
Saturday we're having a furry on.
Oh, are we doing that?
Maybe
now?
two. Well, yeah. I Hate Diet Cola said he could come on Saturday night, and it's cooler, so his suit would be okay. I want to email Mutt and see if he would do it. I think we should maybe drink and play some games, and
Yeah.
everyone just have fucking fun on Saturday on our joint channel.
We all need to, like, it's one thing to care about this case as much as you all do, but it can't consume you. We have to, you got to stop and breathe. You know, this isn't our life. We're doing what we can, but that's, in the end, that's all we can do. No point in worrying about it constantly. So yeah,
Right, Mandy?
we'll have some drinks, have some laughs, get to know each other a little bit more on a personal level. It's a smaller crowd over there, so it's easier to interact.
Mm-hmm. And it's not a true crime. People are like,
not
well,
true
why
crime.
do you guys have the 3 platforms? We met on YouTube, so I always had mine. He had his. We like it that way.
Yeah.
And then one together where we don't. I mean, it spills over sometimes if there's not really much to talk about, but
Well, it's our life.
we try
know.
not to have it on that channel. We just try to have it us baking, hanging out,
Yeah.
having fun.
And that channel link is in the description, by the way, if you want to swing over. But yeah, it's not true crime. It's more about us personally. So yeah. Okay. We'll try this again. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. And until then, this is Prairie Boy 77, aka Mr. Cher, saying good day, good night, and Godspeed.